Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading. Like always, I'm always concerned about the noise in the back, so you're gonna hear cars passing by, but the tables I wanted to go there are more into the woods. They have like children playing with, it's a more pleasant background, but it concentrates me. Today I'm gonna do a pick a pile reading. I'm gonna shuffle. I'm gonna make 3 piles and I'm gonna choose one. And today we're looking for messages your ancestors, your spiritual team might have for you. It's a bit windy today. Okay. Okay. So this is for pile number 1. And then I'll show you better with the camera. Don't worry. Okay. You can fast forward the shuffling and just click on the description below to watch the 3 piles together. God. Come on. Okay. This is for pile number 1 that's gonna have this, I think it's lepidolite. I'm not even sure in Portuguese, in English, no idea, just pick by what you feel and the color to whatever your criteria is for today. Let's use the Lenormand deck. I'm still learning this deck, so I'm going to read from the book. I hope you don't mind. Okay. And just one more. Wow. Whoa, that one wanted to come out. I'm going to have to go and get it to the other side. God. Okay. So I might do just 2 piles, otherwise it's going to be really extra long reading. So, pile number 1. Now let's shuffle for pile number 2. And we're going to have, I don't remember the name of this crystal. Chrysalia, well, I don't remember. I'll try for you. It's beautiful green. I'm not sure if there's enough lightning for you to see. Hey. Two more cards for pile number 2. Okay. Just one more. Oh my God. Lots of, maybe for pile number 2 your ancestors are really, either they have a lot of message or they really want you to pay attention and to listen. Just listen. Okay. It's a bit windy, but let me just put the cards in a place where they don't fly away. And I'm gonna use for this pile a different deck. Decks of the goddesses. 2 cards wanted to come out. I just want only one. Okay, good. And one more. Okay. You're having a lot of jumpers in your card. In your reading, pile number 2. Okay. just put this deck away, and then I can use this one for clarifiers. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you maybe like this pile number 1 and pile number 2. Let's start with so you can see the cards better. So let's move pile number 2 to this side and start with pile number 1. You see how light. Okay, you have the Princess Merida, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, King of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So I can read just right away the message from this oracle. That is, just have to read it, and this can set the tone for the reading. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So your ancestors might want to find this inner light. Maybe you're going to lack of faith. Maybe you feel like just whether some people are arriving in a tuk-tuk. Man, I had no idea they had tuk-tuks here. Okay. So when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So this tells me that there's a family programming, a social programming that you are meant to not listen. Because when you listen to other people's opinions like facts, for example, if you put on the news and the news says, oh, there's this employment rate going up, and they talk about it as facts, they are actually talking about the 3D world, not the spiritual world, where everything, so many noise, sorry, where everything is infinite. But for that, you have to go within. With the King of Cups here, I feel that you are much loved and appreciated. How much you have grown in your, especially the way you deal with your emotions. A king is a master in each element he represents. And the King of Cups is the master of water, the infinite ocean of emotions, but also of eternity. Maybe your ancestors are happy you have learned how to forgive, how to reconcile with aspects of yourself, also reconciling with others in difficult aspects. Because this princess here that you have in this oracle, let me read. Merida. Yeah. My story. I am a Scottish princess. My mother wanted me to get married and behave like a proper lady. See, this is what I was talking about. The social programming, the family programming, all this conditioning. But I had other plans. And I did not care about getting a husband. I love practicing archery and swordsplay, riding my horse through the highlands. I love my freedom. One day, a wicked witch transformed my mother into a bear for some time. But oddly, this whole adventure helped us understand each other more. So there's something here that might look like an unlucky event that actually is a blessing, that actually was a blessing in your life. So something that happened, I see this more like a past energy, that your ancestors are so proud of you. And when I say ancestors, maybe you want to think about the people that have already passed to the other plane, that are not here today, but maybe it goes way back. can be our grandmother, our grandfather, but also can be our great, 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 great grandmother. Who knows? Who's with us. So her message is, whatever it is that they want you to be, you don't have to live according to their plans and rules. Even though they mean well, your freedom has to speak first. You are who you are, and that is absolutely okay. Don't try to fit in. Don't deny yourself. It can do no good. The path won't always be easy, but it is the only one that can lead you to serenity. Trust my word and do not try to conform to the wishes of others. Be your own and only ruler. And also this oracle card here talks about the inner world. So this, and also we have the king. So this reading, your ancestors want you to focus on your independence, on your freedom, on being autonomous, of living your life the way you think it's best for you. You don't have to have anyone's approval. Also, your ancestors here with the Knight of Wands, maybe you have to be, for some of you this means you might have to be more fast, move fast. Like, this is a very specific message, it won't resonate with everyone, but for some of you it's like time is ticking for something that you need to hurry up. Do not lose this opportunity. And also it's an invitation to be a little bit more reckless, not so passive, more on the entrepreneur vibe, like I go, like it's like I don't need anyone. That's a little bit Taurus vibe already, but this is not earth, this is fire. If you know, and this is standing right under the Princess Merida, I love her. By the way, she's a Scottish princess, so maybe Scotland might mean anything for any of you, maybe regarding your ancestors. So if you have any ancestors that you know that might come from Scotland or the Highlands, pay attention to this reading. So we have a lot of nobility in this reading. We have a princess, we have a king, we have a knight. And also here in the Lenormand deck, I believe this card is the card of the Lord as well. So there's someone here beside you. This can be a father figure, it can be a grandfather, someone that is not with us. Maybe I can describe it and you might recognize it or not. It can be a very, very past ancestor. So I see someone that is more on the solitary side, not someone that's social party people, no. Someone that can have a rich inner world, and that's why you have here this advice to search for your inner light that will allow you to see the world through the lens of love. And someone that might be, people that remember this person, if that is the case, might talk about this person as being very polite, like a pose. Sometimes, English, I just forget some words, but I think you know what I mean. I think this card means help, like this person is on your side to help you. Yeah, this is the Gentleman card. Trust a kind person that sincerely loves you. This is a loved man, a trusted friend, and a reliable professional. But I see this card as in a past energy, someone that is no longer with you. And then we have the number 28 on this card. 8 plus 2 equals 10. So 28 and 10 might have some meaning for you. And also 21 for the Scottish princess. Can be any date, can be an age. We also have here as advice from your ancestors the 6 of Pentacles. So make sure you are involved in connections, in relationships, whatever they are, love relationships, friend relationships, work relationships, that fulfill you. And oh my god, the wind! It's never happened to me. Okay, so Yansan, the Orisha of the house. Ça va, Yansan? Okay. She brings messages. The wind. Do not take any crumbs from anyone, and make sure you do, or you yourself don't give crumbs to anyone. So make sure you are fair. I also, of course, it's the card 6 of coins, the card of balance. Balance your relationships. Make sure you're not like overextending yourself on the people pleaser tone, or also you're not chasing or begging. Okay, because you are the King of Cups. If you are not in this master energy of the King of Cups, mastering your emotions, your ancestors are here to tell you you can do this. Like there's a clear path for you to become the King of Cups. Also, this is a water sign. So if you have any ancestor that was Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or had a lot of these signs in their chart, okay, one card flew away. The 6 of coins. Let me just a minute. Put here. They fly away always to the same place. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah. So the 6 of coins is a card of balance, but is mainly a card of awareness. Sometimes we develop patterns of relationships, and we are not aware that either we are taking and giving too little, which is not usually the pattern of a Taurus. Usually Taurus, you tend to overgive, you know this, you tend to give and keep on giving, as if the world would become a better place because you gave all this love and energy and time and also materials, possessions to this situation or to this person, and then when it doesn't, you become devastated. So I think this comes also as a warning not to do this. Maybe because this is under of the gentleman card, maybe there's a story about this ancestor that was a very fair person, or this ancestor that was spoken to as being very, 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 very nice, and then he got robbed by the partner, the partner on the company, or something like that. I think this also comes to advice as think well before you loan money to someone. Okay, that's why we have banks. And I think that's your reading for today. So packing it up, I would say there's a strong tone of mastering your emotions, going within, but still remaining a little bit rebellious, becoming autonomous, doing your own thing, even what you're choosing as a life path, as a career, whatever it is, even if it's very different from your family, even if it's very different from what is expected from you, there's an advice to follow. If there were some loss, some dark night of the soul, something that happened in your family, especially with your mom, because this is the story of Merida, the Princess Merida, what happens with that her mom was transformed into a bear by a witch, but she was transformed into a bear by a witch temporarily. Okay? I hope this reading brought you something. Let me know in the comments if it resonated. It's always different reading to do. And have a nice day. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's put these cards to the side and go for the pile number 2 reading. If you chose this beautiful green crystal, I don't remember the name. Okay. Okay. I already have here the goddess Isis, the Egyptian goddess. This deck, she represents past life. This situation involves your past life memories, so this is very deep. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Swords, the Sun, good, and the Six of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. So, your ancestors are here to tell you, or would like you to be more aware, that there are some karmic patterns you need to break, especially regarding sacrifice, or for some of you, let me see if the cards don't fly. For some of you, this can be something very specific, like being an immigrant, like when you go to another country. Okay. And you leave everything behind, or you're always changing cities. So there's also something about your finances, of being comfortable with what you own, with what you have. If you look at nature, there is no accumulation anywhere. You know, everything keeps moving. There's an exchange in everything. The rain pours into the soil that gives nutrition to the plants and to the trees, and then the trees give us fruits, and then, well, then comes to humans, and then apparently we destroy the planet. Not all of us, but so everything is an exchange. If you believe that you for some reason do not deserve to have more than you have, and what you have is not enough for you, you're placing yourself in a self-imposed prison. You are only looking at the problem, and you are assuming there is no solution. Okay. While you have as life lessons these beautiful cards, the sun, everything that shines under the sun is meant to grow, is meant to be very auspicious, is meant for success. Also, the Wheel of Fortune is when you are aligned with your purpose, and you are you don't hold on to things. So when things end, you know, of course you can grieve them, of course there's a loss, but you know there's something better for you. You know you never left empty-handed. So you have these two beautiful cards I'm going to clarify as major arcana, but I'll put them here. As life circumstances, it might feel like you're not talking about my life. My life is not going that well. There's something, I put all my effort and my energy and it didn't work out. Try again. When you feel better, and this is a need to rest. And also, I would say, look for patterns. Identify what is happening with you that makes you feel that you don't have enough or you are not enough. Either one of this. And because it involves a past life memory. Maybe you can do regression, maybe, maybe you can do hypnosis. Maybe you can do aura reading or whatever works for you. If you don't believe in past lives, well, then I don't know. But maybe there's a pattern here that has something to do with a past life, but also a repetitive pattern between generations. You know, when there's a family, when the other day I was giving this appointment and there was this woman that she was having trouble about losing everything to her husband, soon to be ex-husband, because they married with no prenup, and then he owed money to the IRS, for example, and she was going to lose everything that was hers. And while we're talking, we said, well, because my father had a partner in the company that also stole everything from him. So she was repeating out of love her father's story, but in a different way. So what I meant to say by this is, what are you repeating, Taurus? What are you repeating? Like, there's this poverty contract here. If you made a poverty contract with your soul on your past life, you do not have to repeat it. You do not have to repeat it. So I would say, look for how you feel when you have a lot. Like, you have the urge to spend everything. How you feel when you have nothing. You feel like comfortable, like, oh, I don't need this much. Maybe you were a monk in a past life that had nothing, no material possessions. But if you're not a monk today, and if you do not wish to be a monk, you do not have to pass by these difficult situations here, because the universe, although your life circumstances might not be very pleasant today, man, me in my emotional cough. By the way, thank you to everyone that wished me well on the last reading and recommended me, what was it, elderberry? I don't know how to say it in English. I haven't tried it yet, but I will. So, this is what the universe wants you to learn. A lesson about optimism, about allowing the divine to help you if you align yourself with the divine. Basically, when the light comes from the sun, when the sun comes from the light, when the light comes from the sun in tarot, is the divine is pouring into you, okay? Because when it comes from the moon or the devil's torch or the fire in the tower card, that's a different story. But here is the divine wants to pour into you. Okay? And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like there's this script of chances that want to meet you, that have your name. They are waiting to happen. But first, you need to change a little bit your mindset. This is a very fearful card. This is being afraid of having nothing, and because you cannot think about it, stop thinking about it, for sure you will attract it. For sure you will self-sabotage yourself. So look for in the line of the family who self-sabotaged themselves, and you might say it out loud, I don't want to repeat. I break this karma. Or whatever I feel I was in my past life, I also break it. As an oracle card, you have the presence of love will always cast out fear. Sometimes here with the 5 of coins, you need to learn how to ask for help. Ask for help. And here with the 6 of Swords, the lesson is, I might be going into unknown waters, but they are for sure calmer waters. They are better for me. So I make the sacrifice of moving. It doesn't have to be geographical, it can be just an internal sacrifice, internal aspect. But something is changing. The thing is, with the Six of Swords, is an unwanted change. It feels sometimes like a loss. But your ancestors are with you in these difficult times. Here with the Four of Swords, and an advice to rest. Don't overdo things. Stop for a while. Go into a quiet place. Go within. Meditate if you like. I'm just going to clarify. So much wind. I'm going to put my glasses on. Oh, the cars are going to fly. Clarify the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune if the wind allows me to do that. You're sad. Five of Cups energy. You're sad. And the Sun's here, rising every day, telling you to sit with your intense emotions. Sit with it. Just sit with it. There's a Tantra teacher I really like, Christopher Wallace, and he says, you know, all this new age, it doesn't say bullshit, but I will. New age bullshit, like let it go, let it go. You cannot let it go. You cannot not feel what you have to feel in the tantric tradition, and I mean the tantric philosophy, non-dualist, Shivaist tradition from Kashmir. Not the made up shit in the 60s that only talks about sex. About that I do not know anything. They are culturally appropriating a big name, because Tantra was here before Buddhism. So according to the real and only Tantric tradition, we face our emotions. So the Vedanta tradition, that's more for monks and renunciate people, people that renunciate a common life, like having a name, having a house, marrying, blah, 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 having material possessions. But for common people like us, that's the tantric tradition, emotions are supposed to be faced. Okay? So you let your emotions pass through you. That's what I was talking about. Christopher Wallace says. You let them, you allow yourself to feel them instead of resisting them and convincing yourself there's something wrong with these emotions and you need to let them go because you feel them as bad and negative emotions. Actually, emotions are just what they are. Some of them might be a little bit more uncomfortable and another one more uncomfortable, and that's why people say positive to the ones they like sorry, and negative to the ones they don't like. But actually, when you're having emotions that are more pleasant, you are not concerned with what you are feeling. You want to hold on to them. So once it's in, let it in. Once it's out, let it flow. So let it flow through you. Sit with intense emotions. Actually, I posted on my Instagram today a video of Christopher Wallace that was exactly about this. How to deal with intense emotions. The sun is here, but for some reason, you are not able to appreciate it. It's okay. It happens to all of us. Your ancestors are seeing this. You're not alone. Even though you think you are, you're not alone. And they're probably giving you signs here with the Wheel of Fortune. They're probably giving you signs. You might have an opportunity here I clarified this lack card. That's the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Cups. So there might have an invitation and an opportunity. That's why it's important for you to be aware. Be aware that whatever you're going through, for sure it will pass. You will be back for sure, Taurus. And I'm very sorry you feel this way. That's because, yeah, Wheel of Fortune with the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, yes. Look for signs, look for synchronicities. One door that opens the other. And we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Eight of Wands. So if there's also think help is on the way. But you should also learn how to ask for help. And here with the Eight of Wands, I think you shouldn't go through this alone. I think you should talk with someone, either as a friend, a family member, or a professional. You should get some help. You don't have to go through this alone. Maybe you went through this alone in a past life, not in this one. I think that's what your ancestors are telling you. You have people around you that can help you. For example, here in this Five of Pentacles, see that they are so focused on their despair, on their lack, on their loss. They cannot see there's 5 coins available inside of a church that is warm, that is comfortable, and church as well. Churches are known for having always their door open. But they cannot see it. So I think there's opportunities. There's the possibility for synchronicities and something that is meant to help you on the way, and as a destiny card here with the Wheel of Fortune, but also people here, because there's the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. And you have the Sun. Look, you have difficult life circumstances, but the Sun is one of the best cards in Tarot. So is the Wheel of Fortune. The Sun with the Wheel of Fortune is whatever you're going through, it was meant to be this way. So try not to fight it. Try to understand it. Try to sit with your intense emotions. And try to be open to receive help and to receive opportunities that are around you. And because your ancestors want to bring this thing about the past life, that can be also a generational thing that passes on, a pattern. And they want to bring this more uncomfortable aspect of your life, is because they are with you. Okay? You're not alone, Taurus. I hope this reading brought you some clarity and some light. And I'll see you on the next reading.